Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel World of Software Testing. So in our previous lectures we have covered different types of testings such as monkey testing, ad hoc testing, end-to-end testing, positive testing, negative testing, and many more. So in this lecture, let's understand the environments in testing. So let's start with this lecture. So there are main four environments in testing. The first one is DIT, which is nothing but development independent testing, and then the SIT, which is nothing but a system integration testing. The next is UAT, which is user acceptance testing. The next is production environment, which is nothing but the production stage. So let's understand about the DIT, development independent testing. So basically, the developers divide each application features into smaller modules and assign them to the different developers, and the different developers will work on their specific modules assigned and will develop the features. The developers write the unit test to verify the functionalities of their individual functions or functionalities, and unit test is the most basic testing for an app, and is always the most important part in case of DIT. So once the unit tests are passed, then the build can be passed to the testing team for the SIT, which is nothing but a system integration testing. So this is all about the DIT. So in DIT, there is a main role of developers. They will develop the features separately. Different developers will work on their assigned features, and then based on that they will write the unit test cases, and based on the unit test cases, once they are passed, then that build can be passed to the testing team, that is SIT. So the first stage is the DIT, which is the development independent testing. The second testing environment is nothing but a SIT, system integration testing. So which stands for SIT and system integration testing. Okay, so SIT is nothing but a combination of integration testing and a system testing. So this is a combination of integration testing and a system testing. The testing is performed on an absolute integrated products to check the system compliance with the specified requirements on the functional and non-functional elements, referred to as a system testing. In the SIT, in the system integration testing, the testers perform the testing like smoke testing, sanity testing, then regression testing, retesting, and many more testing types the testers will perform in the SIT. So we'll discuss about the regression and retesting in the subsequent lectures. So there are different approaches for the system integration testing as well. So the first one is the top-down approach, second one is the bottom-up approach, and the third one is sandwich approach, and the last one is the big bang approach. So in the let's say in the top-down approach, so top-down integration testing is also called as a top-down approach, and it is the opposite of bottom-up approach. So these two are two are basically the opposite of each other, and it involves the testing the top level modules first, that is the main modules first, and then gradually progressing incrementally to the lower level. So let's say if we consider the top-down approach, the first, so these are the top modules. So this will be tested first, and then the bottom. So these are tested first, means these are developed first, and these are under development. So we have already covered these approaches in more detail in our previous lectures. If you have not watched them, you can go back to our playlist and watch them completely. So also we have covered the concept of drivers and stubs in these approaches. So you can watch them. So here in the top-down approach, these top modules are developed first, and then the bottom modules are developed are under development. And once the top level modules are developed, So those are tested first, and then gradually progressing incrementally to the lower level modules. And then the stubs are basically dummy programs, so which are used to call the functions of a topmost module in case when the lowest models are not available for the integration. Then the bottom up approach, the second is in bottom up approach is this is completely opposite. So in bottom up approach, the bottom modules are developed first, and then the top level modules are under development. So the bottom up approach is also called as the bottom up integration testing, and it is the opposite of top down approach. And the bottom up approach involves testing the lower level modules, that is the sub modules first, and then gradually progressing incrementally to the higher level modules. So here in case of bottom up approach, there are drivers which are nothing but a dummy programs which are used to call the functions of a lowest module in case when the calling function does not exist. So again we have covered this in our previous lectures in more detail. The next is the sandwich approach. In sandwich approach, this is nothing but a combination of two approaches, the bottom up approach and top down approach. So in this sometimes the top level modules are working as a bottom lower models, and then sometimes the lower models are working as the top level models. So this is nothing but a combination of top down and bottom up approach. The next is Big Bang approach. The Big Bang testing is an integration testing approach in which all the components or modules are integrated together at once and then tested as a unit. So it does not include integrating the modules one by one. So let's say if we have 5 modules, so this is module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4 and module 5. So these are completely combined as one and then tested at a whole. So this is nothing but a Big Bang approach. So if any issue is detected in completely integrated module, then it becomes very difficult to find out which module has caused the particular issue. So this is the drawback of Big Bang approach. So this is all about the system integration testing environment, SIT environment. Let's move on to the next, which is nothing but third environment. This is UAT, user acceptance testing. So the user acceptance testing, UAT, is a type of testing which is performed by the end user or a client to verify or accept the software system before moving the software application to the production environment. So the UAT is done in the final phase of testing, just after the functional integration and system testing is done. So in this, so in UAT, we mostly concentrate on only on those features and scenarios which are regularly used by the customer, or mostly user scenarios for the business, or those scenarios which are used daily by the end user or the customer. So however, the software has passed through 3 testing levels: unit testing, integration testing and system testing, but still there are some minor errors which can be identified when the system is used by the end user in the actual scenario. So hence the UAT is performed. So the main purpose of UAT is nothing but to validate the end-to-end business flow, and it does not focus on any cosmetic errors, spelling mistakes or system testing. So it is carried out in a separate testing environment with a production like data setup. So this is all about the user acceptance testing. Let's move on to the next and last environment, which is nothing but the production environment. So once the application is accepted in the user acceptance testing by the client or the end user, it gets deployed to the production environment. And when the actual users of the application starts using that particular application, so as the user starts using that particular application, the development team gets their feedback from their side, from the end users and the customers, the defects from the users which needs to be hot fixed as soon as possible, so that it should not be affecting any business flow. and based on the feedbacks, development team will try to accommodate the feedbacks, suggestions from the end users into the next releases, in the next iteration, if you are using the agile methodology. So that's it about the production environment, and these are all about the environments. So we have these four environments: DIT, SIT, UAT, and the production environment. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you have enjoyed watching it. Please do subscribe our YouTube channel for such more videos. Thank you so much.